Well, you are pregnant and job hunting, or probably you've been called for a job interview and you're like, oh my, what next? Well, before we dive into the video, because this video is all about pregnancy and job hunting, pregnancy and job interview, here is some fun fact. Did you know that Marissa Mayer was hired as the CEO of Yahoo while she was actually 7 months pregnant? Simply to put, it means there are chances you can be hired while you are expectant. Okay? Well, my name is Quinta Awor. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Kindly subscribe if you've not subscribed, and put a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. Let's dive into it. So, before we go into some of the dilemmas expectant mothers go through when job hunting or going for job interviews, it is important to note that according to international human rights, you are under no legal obligation to disclose your pregnancy status during job recruitment or job search, because generally employers are supposed to hire employees on the basis of merit, on the basis of skills. Okay, other than that, it is also important for us to go through some of the dilemmas that expectant women undergo, especially when job hunting. So one of the question is, at what point should I tell my employer or my employer to be that I'm actually expectant? At what point should I reveal my pregnancy status? Should it be before the interview? Should it be during the interview? Or should I go through the interview, wait for the shortlisting, and after I'm shortlisted, sign the contracts, and then start working? Then later on, after some time, tell my employer, you know what, I'm expectant. Well, that also depends with the trimester in which you are in. During the most females or most expectant ladies, during the first trimester, the belly is not even showing, so it is kind of impossible for for your recruiter to know that you're actually expectant unless you reveal. So during the first trimester, why do you even need to reveal? Okay, I think this is my personal opinion. There is no point of revealing, because first of all, during the first trimester, you're okay. Your belly is not showing or anything. Go for the interview, sign the contract, and when you're ready for the maternity leave, tell your employer that, you know what, I'm actually expectant and ready for my maternity leave. However, when you are now in your third trimester, especially the third trimester, the belly is already showing. Immediately you step into an interview room, the people who are interviewing you have already seen this lady is expectant. When you go for an interview and you are expectant, don't talk about the pregnancy, because they are going to ask you anyway, because it is already showing. Talk about your skills, talk about your qualification, convince your employer or your future employer that you're actually fit for the job. And yes, of course, they will ask you then now about your pregnancy, or you can do that. You can talk about your pregnancy after that and emphasize on the fact that pregnancy is not an hindrance to your performance, unless it is an hindrance to your performance, because it can be. So the question is now, how? Okay, how can pregnancy be an hindrance to your performance? It depends with a lot of things. First of all, the type of organization. Small SMEs generally have fewer employees. So when they are hiring you as a pregnant lady, and then later on you will be asking for maternity leave, they might end up losing a lot, or they might end up employing somebody else to replace you during your leave, and that one may be costly to them. The larger or the multinational employees, which have a lot of employees, can always find a way to compensate for your absence during your maternity leave. So the nature of the organization, is it a small SME, or is it a large organization? Is it a small startup? So those are some of the things you should consider. Another thing, the nature of the job. Is it a technical job? Are you an engineer? If you're an engineer, if you're going to be doing technical tasks, field work that requires you to move from one place to another, definitely hiring you while expectant will reduce the quality services or the quality production that that particular organization may need. So you also have to consider what is the nature of the work. But if it is a job that you can actually work online, actually, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we discovered that a lot of jobs can be done online. Even accounting, an accountant can work from home. So, those jobs that you can deliver your services while at home, you can tell your employer, you know what, for this particular job description, I can actually work from home. Well and good. But if it is a job that requires you to be constantly moving from one point to another, lifting heavy machinery and heavy tools, then, my dear, the employer may tell you, you know what, you are qualified, you have the skills, but for this particular job and for the urgency of the vacancy, we will not hire you because of your condition. And as an expectant lady, don't fuss it up or be like, no, you're infringing on my right. No, no, no. It is remember, for an organization to actually advertise for a vacancy, it means they're looking for, it is an urgent opportunity and an urgent vacancy that they need someone who is highly skilled to take after. So if at that point they find you not suitable because of your condition, well and good. But whichever case, show up for the interview. Show up for the interview. Talk about your skills. Talk about your qualifications. Convince the organization that you are good for the job. Even if they don't take you because of your pregnancy, at least, you never know. What if that position falls vacant again? You might receive a call and you might just get the opportunity. Okay? So, well, I hope I've answered your uh, pregnancy and job hunting dilemmas. So, the key thing is this: if you are searching for a job, search for that job, apply for that job. If you're called for an interview, go for that interview. Talk about your skills, talk about your qualifications, talk about the input that you're going to bring to that organization. Let the organization decide whether they're going to recruit you. Don't just sit down and wallow, oh my God, I'm pregnant, I can't apply for an opportunity, I can't go for an interview. No, no, no. Pregnancy is not a disease. So why am I saying pregnancy is not a disease? We've seen a lot of expectant ladies do tremendous things. A good example is the Olympian Annalicia Montana. She ran 800 meters in 2014 while she was 8 months pregnant at the US Nationals, that is. And she completed the race. Yeah, she completed it. We've also seen people like Beyonce perform at the Grammys while she was 7 months pregnant with twins. That was in 2017, 2019, I think 2017 or 19, whichever way. So, girl, woman, lady, whichever way you call yourself, raise your head high, do that job hunting, go for that interview. You deserve it. Remember, skills, qualification, your input, and your experience. How can I forget that? Okay, bye bye, and kindly subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up. Until next time.
Don't know anyone who feels so right. Don't know anyone who makes me catch a vibe for the frequency.